Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G. Back at y'all in the episode. Now, we got to talk about the Saints game, man. The Saints fall to the Arizona Cardinals 20-13, man. Season opener at home, debut for Kellen Moore, aka More Tutties, but it wasn't no more tutties today. It was nothing but one solely touchdown today. Boy out there looking like Pete Carmichael. Um, we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about the coaching. We got to talk about the special teams. We got to talk about the defense. We got to talk about the offense. Let's go ahead on and start off with the coaching. More tutties. And your debut, more tutties, bro. I might have to grade you a D, just because you made it competitive at the end. But other than that, man, penalties. Penalties was biting us in the ass. Same old Saints. SOS. When it comes to balance, like run pass offense, Alvin Kamara should have had more touches. The man was averaging 4 yards a pop. Run the ball. Now, I understand that ebbs and flows of the game, the penalties of the game, getting behind, that can change. That can change the way you call plays. But I just don't like when certain run plays get called at a certain amount of in certain times. Like when we had second and goal late in the game, and we gave the ball to Alvin Kamara, and Snake was kind of moving upfield with a little momentum, we should have passed the ball. But the biggest gripe I have with Kellen Moore this game was the dude was talking about he was saving timeouts right before the half. Like they just eating up the clock, and they just can't believe we not calling timeouts. This dude get asked why he's not using his timeouts. This dude said, "Oh, we just want to save our timeouts." Save our timeouts? Man, last time I checked, you get 3 timeouts per half. What the hell are we saving our timeouts for? Now, some people say, "Oh, he just didn't believe in his quarterback." I can see that. I can see that be his reasoning. But at the same time, if you don't believe him, you got to go give him a shot. We could have probably got downfield and got a field goal. That could have changed his game. We could have did a deep shot downfield, got a flag, and been in field goal range. You never know what could have happened. You're going to have to take that risk. We don't move the ball nowhere, and they got another chance to score. You got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. What the hell are you saving them? It ain't like you're going to get 6 in the second half. We ain't going to recoup none of these timeouts. Use them motherfuckers. I just hope, we were saving our timeouts. Don't be the next, or don't be the new, or just keep doing what you're doing. Because ever since that damn quote, it just becoming mean. And that's one of the main things Dennis Allen is remembered and revered for. And the whole Jameis Winston thing with Atlanta. Feel like you got to get a shot. If you want to see what he's made of, you made him daughter. Let's see why. Because this had a lot of people thinking like, man, I knew we should have started Shuck. You don't even want that can of worms to open up. If you just going to have a training wheels on. So I didn't like that. Jawan Johnson, he was getting a lot of targets towards him. He was making the most of it. He did have that drop at the end of the game. A lot of people are criticizing him for it. Me personally, I think he should have came down with it, but at the same time, that's Buda Baker. Buda Baker is an elite safety, dog. This dude made all pro for a reason. This dude was all around the field, line of scrimmage, deep out 20 yards down. Like he's all over the place. It might not look like much to us sitting on the couch, but he probably hit that ball hard as hell to just knock that ball out at the last second of Jawan Johnson's hands. Meanwhile, it ain't like Jawan Johnson is a top tight end, and you expect more from him like he's some type of Travis Kelce in his prime. So for what he did this game, I commend him. And I commend Snake for the ball placement. That was clutch. And by me coming into this season already giving them 5 wins, I only expect so much of this team regardless. I like how he was competitive, but we got a lot to work on. And Kellen Moore got a lot to work on. His play calling was a little sketchy. I don't like how we using Alvin. I don't like how we using Chris Olave. A lot of plays to him out the backfield, like a lot of stuff we doing to Chris Olave. We should do that with Shaheed. He's more faster. He's more agile. He has higher acceleration and agility. We should be doing these plays to Shaheed more. I never understood that. It's a reason why this dude keep on going to the tent. It's a reason why this dude keep on getting concussions. He's not a number one. He's a number two. You can't rely and depend on him all year. Hats off to him for coming out again, because I didn't think he was going to return to the game because he was questionable with his chest. Luckily, there wasn't no headshot. But it definitely reminded me of the Reggie Bush hit all over again with that Eagles game a while back. But we got to stop putting Chris Olave in these situations. And why we doing jump balls to Chris Olave and Shaheed in the first place? Another play calling thing I ain't like from Kellen Moore. We got Veli. We traded for this dude, a 4th round pick, and he only got 2 targets. That's crazy to me. You know, we're already behind the 8 ball when it comes to height at our receiver. Jawan Johnson and Veli, the only 2 tall targets out there. And they wonder why they keep on screaming, bring Michael Thomas back. Let's go through it. Talk about Kellen Moore. Let's get on the defensive coordinator. Let's get on Staley now. This dude, Kyler Murray, threw for 2 touchdowns, and he ran for 38 yards. But it felt like he ran for 88 yards because every time we had him contained, he just escaped. We could have really used Chase Young this game. We could have definitely used him, but it looked like Cam Jordan found the fountain of youth, and that was Chase Young out there in the Cam Jordan jersey. Now, on that one play, he did get shook. He did look old. But other than that, when he was just bull rushing or just had a free shot when Kyler Murray went to well, he did his thing and he cleaned up. But other than that, he was just having our way. He was just having his way with us, or just using his leg, eluding a tackle, and throwing the ball to McBride for a first down. You would think McBride had 100 yards the way he was killing us, but he was just killing us death by 1,000 cuts because he just keeping drives alive. You impact the game without getting 9, 10 catches or 100 yards. When you keeping drives alive, moving the chains, that's how you could wreck a game. Connor too. He had to laid a mean stiff arm on somebody, but he only had 39 yards. That one guy, Benson, he broke that long play. Losing contain once again. Marvin Harrison Jr., he added on 11 pounds just manhandling Kool-Aid McKinstry. Kool-Aid McKinstry, he got a cool name, but that cool name gonna only last so long. Axe Smoke Monday. Our cornerbacks just barbecue. We ain't got no lockdown man corner, bro, for these top end talents at our receiver. We ain't got no answer for him. I don't know how we gonna stop a Mike Evans. I don't know how we gonna stop a London Drake. I don't know how we gonna stop a Chris Godwin. I don't know how we gonna stop a Leggett and the other guy on the other side, him. Alante Taylor, he should have been used way more. The defensive coordinator Staley should have used him the same way Dennis Allen was using him that Packers game last year. Alante Taylor need to be a chess piece and moved around and be around the line of scrimmage. He need to be using a lot of blitz packages. You know, maybe could line up the dude talented. Now, as a coverage guy, not so much to me. But he ain't been getting that many targets today. But the only reason I think he hasn't been getting that many targets because they was picking on Kool-Aid so much. And Kool-Aid got the nerve to do the little strap thing like this when he just made one little good play. What else? Let's see. Let's look at Let's look at Rattler. 27 for 46, 214 yards. So he had 200 plus yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Now, he did have one pick, in my opinion, but they called that back because it was a PI with the defensive player away from the ball. To me, it was a ticky-tack call. Shouldn't have been no call. They should have had the pick. But that was offset to me because they didn't call PI on Shaheed when he got the ball thrown to him downfield. And, of course, Blake Grupe missed the field goal. All these things really played the biggest part to us losing this game. The biggest part that played to us losing this game, they didn't call that PI, which I say is kind of offset for both teams because they had got that pick that they didn't give them. So it just, it changed the game, but at the same time, they can't just be like, oh, we lost because of that. They can't really say that. The biggest things that messed this game up for us, we shot ourselves in the foot when it comes to the missed field goal. That one catch that Olave had that they said he didn't maintain control of, that was bullshit. The no pass interference call right before Blake Grupe missed the field goal. That was it. That was all three things that really shot us in the foot. And if you want to, you could put the Juwan Johnson drop. All these things shot us in the foot, and it's looking like the Dennis Allen regime all over again, just penalties, shooting ourselves in the foot, not capitalizing after we, make a play on defense from the offense. It's just looking bad, man. Let's see. Cam Jordan, he played a good game. Juwan Johnson played a good game. I think they could have used Alante Taylor more. Brian Brzee, I don't know, man. Maybe he need to go to defensive end or something because I think he could make a hell of an impact when it comes to the pass rush. Pete Werner, he did pretty good. He had a sack. He had 7 total tackles. He led the team in tackles today. Brandon Cooks, he only got 3 receptions for 26 yards. Man, bro, it's just not looking good for the offense, bro. It's just meh. Kendre Miller, he only had 5 carries for 24 yards. Alvin Kamara only had 11 carries for 45 yards. It's like it's just looking so vanilla out there. And you wonder why a lot of people was banging on the table for Ben Johnson. They had some people wanting us to give a blank check to Ben Johnson. Give him the keys to the kingdom. Give him anything he desired. But that's going to really come down to how the Bears looking tonight. Because without Ben Johnson, we've seen how the Lions look today. Now, Kellen Moore, I'm going to give him grace. Because, like I said, man, this is his first game as a head coach. The team already ain't that much talented-wise. And he's young, so I'm going to give him a little grace. But it's only going to be so much a rope that you're going to get for grace. It's going to only be so long people ain't going to be calling for your head. Me, I'm going to give him grace the whole season, but I'm going to call bullshit out when I see it. Like that, it is one thing to do wrong, but it's another thing to follow up with your wrongdoing without taking accountability or just saying some dumb shit. Like that's what we hated about Dennis Allen and Derek Carr. Derek Carr do some bad stuff, but not take accountability and kind of place blame elsewhere. Or Dennis Allen have something dumb presented to him and back it up with a dumb statement. Keep doing what you're doing. Like the no timeout uses because you want to save them. It's right before the half. What you saving them for? Just crazy, bro. The game, bro, it was kind of boring all game through. It was just flag after flag, missed opportunity after missed opportunity. A lot of the play calling, like I said, reminded me of Pete Carmichael because the pass routes, it wasn't even, adding up with what we had to get the first down at. Like, why is we throwing a curl to Chris Olave 5 yards in, but we need 8-9 yards to get the first down on third? Like, come on, man. It just ain't make no sense to me. But next week, we do have the 49ers. George Kittle is looking like he's dealing with some hamstring issue. Christian McCaffrey, he has some type of calf issue. So if those two guys aren't playing, that's gonna really hurt them. That's gonna really hurt them. But we're gonna have to see, bro. We definitely got a lot to look. We definitely got a lot to work on. A lot of people ain't like the jerseys. They say it's not real gold, it's khaki. But I thought they kind of looked it okay. It would have looked better with gold, but we lost in some swag today. I can tell you that right now. We lost in some swag. But other than that, man, I ain't really got much. Blake Groupie, he missed that field goal. I'm just not sold on Blake Groupie. I've never been sold on that dude. He do not make me feel comfortable when he kicked the field goal. I like to have a field goal kicker whenever he's kicking below 50 yards. I like to just feel confident and comfortable, like, oh, he'll make that. You know, I ain't really tripping. He'll make that no matter what the circumstances is. Blake Groupie, he have me nervous even if it's a 35-yarder. I just never been sold on him. Too inconsistent for me. And he's a team captain. I just don't understand that, bro. But yeah, man, a lot of people feel like Rattler, he's going to be on a short leash. He's probably only going to get about 4-5 games, and then after that, old Shuck going to come in. Now, do I think Shuck could have did better today than Rattler? Who knows? Who knows if Shuck could have did better than 214 yards? Because to me, everybody looked bad today. And when everybody looked bad, it's hard to see what a quarterback would have did. The defense, they couldn't stop a lick. You know, that first series, they sure had us tricked, huh? That first series, they looked like the 85 Bears out there. Cam Jordan got a sack off rip. That's how I kind of knew it was fluky. And that's how I knew it wasn't going to last the whole game, because they only just did that good that first series. Everything, ever since then, it wasn't really the same. Now, we did only held them to 20 points. If you order 10 to 20 points, you should have confidence that your offense can go out there and get 3 touchdowns and win. You know, but man, bro, that all changed the game, bro. That Chris Olave, that they overturned, like they just abruptly overturned it. At first, I thought they was like, damn, bro, they going back to look at this catch. Clearly, it was a catch. The opposing team, the Cardinals, they was feeling like, man, that's like they getting a free timeout. They was pissed. Only to come to find out they overturned it. Said he didn't make he didn't have possession of it coming down with it. Like, to me, that was bullshit. That really messed us up. That field goal really messed us up. That Groupie miss. That drop that Jawan Johnson had messed us up. And before they have keeping the timeouts, who knows what could have happened. You got to give these guys a chance, man. We playing with house money here. Everybody got us as the worst team anyway. But other than that, man, next week, I just hope we see a little bit more of Veli. I hope the play calling is better next week. I hope we get better when it comes to these flags, be a little bit more, be a lot more disciplined as a team. And Rattler, you got to run that motherfucker, bro. You got to run that ball, bro. If ain't nobody open, take that bitch down, tuck that bitch, and run that bitch. Don't be scared. Launch that bitch. Let that bitch fly. That pick that he threw today, that got called back, one thing I did like about the pick, he launched that bitch. It wasn't no pick where shit, he had to come back down for it or just, fight for it and all that. It was just just thrown up out there, and Will Johnson just so happened was in better position to get it. Which is kind of crazy because Will Johnson was very much there at pick 40, and we could have got him, and he definitely could have helped out this team. We definitely think that he was going to be the player we was going to pick at 40, him or Shadur, or maybe Jackson Dart. But we picked Shuck. Will Johnson could have helped us immediately while Rattler is starting. And that's the type of stuff that you risk, knowing that it's going to be a heavily deep quarterback draft upcoming. But I'm not giving up on the team, man. I had low expectations coming into this year. I only got them with 5 wins, so I'm not too frustrated. I honestly still feel like if Rattler can go to his full potential, he can be a Buda Baker. I mean, he could be a Baker Mayfield or maybe a Jordan Love. If Shuck pan out and he get benched and Chuck's number get called, maybe Shuck could be a Justin Herbert if he reaches full potential. And if all else fails, we get Arch Manning. And then Arch Manning could be Arch Manning. Or Arch Manning could be another Andrew Luck. Who knows? We just need our quarterback. We need our quarterback. We need Kellen Moore to, figure things out, like know what to do, what not to do in certain situations. So when these things, present themselves, he'll already be prepared. But once we do that, we'll be all right. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. How y'all feeling about Kellen Moore? How y'all feeling about Spence Rattler? How y'all feeling about the defense and the defensive coordinator? Did anybody disappoint you today? Did anybody impress you today? Let me know down in the comment section below. Who that? I'm out.